It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so let's discuss this, man, because Shakur Stevenson, not so long ago, I want to say a couple weeks ago, he was on Twitter shooting his mouth off, talking about I'm retired from the sport of boxing. I can't take this no more. But as many of us predicted, as many of us thought, this was no different than Teofimo Lopez. This is no different than Floyd Mayweather back in the day. This is no different than Michael Jordan going to play baseball. This is no different than Mario Lemieux coming back to play hockey. All right? Shakur Stevenson tweeted today on Twitter or X that, and I quote, "I will fight any and everybody. This is what I do. See y'all in June. Hashtag chasing greatness." Now, basically what he's telling you guys is he's fighting in June. He's hinting at a June return. And this comes off the heels off of also his promoter, Bob Arum. I saw an article where Bob Arum stated that pretty much he expects Shakur Stevenson to come back. He was asked about Shakur Stevenson's future at Top Rank. He said that he believes Shakur Stevenson will be a Top Rank fighter long term, which to that I still say wait and see. I don't know if that's going to be the case. But nonetheless, Shakur Stevenson is going to be fighting again. Now, another reason I didn't believe he was retired is because I've been following the build-up to the Otabek Komatov-Raymond Ford fight very closely. It's one of the fights I'm most excited about. It's a fight that I will more than likely be attending myself to watch because, it's a fight I'm interested in. I love the featherweight division. So that being said, he's been in New Jersey helping Raymond Ford get ready to attempt to beat Otabek Komatov in what is going to be a really fun WBA featherweight title fight. So I never believed for a second he was retired. In fact, I genuinely believe, this is my belief, right now, when you look at the current landscape of the lightweight division, you got Shakur right now who's holding on firmly to the WBC title, right? You got Tank Davis who's currently the WBA champion. You got George Kambosos Jr. getting ready to fight Vasily Lomachenko for the IBF title in Australia. I believe that's in May. And then for the WBO, you got Vaquero Navarrete, who's moving up in the division to fight Denis Baranchyk. So the way I see it, I'm not sure which one of those fights Shakur Stevenson is going to get, but I'm more than certain his next fight is going to be against a Navarrete if he beats Baranchyk, or the winner of Kambosos Lomachenko, who both fighters who are both contractually obligated to top-ranked boxing. So I think for Shakur, it's all just wait and see. It's all about just waiting to see what's next for him. I know the fight that Shakur Stevenson really and truthfully wants is the Lomachenko fight, because Lomachenko is a fighter that he has history with. He sparred with him when he was a young fighter. And out of all those names I mentioned, he's got a name. Lomachenko is a guy that more than likely is going to be going to the Hall of Fame, right? Navarrete is a fight that I know he wants as well. Navarrete is looking to become a champion again in a new weight class against a guy that, who's a top contender in Baranchyk. But let's be real, Denis Baranchyk ain't no special fighter. He ain't no, creme de la creme, A-level elite. But he's a bigger guy that he's fighting, moving up in weight. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how he looks at lightweight. If Shakur or if Navarrete beats him, then that fight makes a lot of sense, because you got Shakur Stevenson, the Black American fighter, fighting Navarrete, Mexican fighter. We all know in the history of boxing, those matchups tend to sell very well. And I know that there's going to be a lot of people, believe it or not, because I've already seen it on social media, there's going to be a lot of people that think that Vaquero can beat Shakur, even at 35, due to the crazy style and the punches from like weird angles and just the stamina and the punch output he has. I think there's people out there that give him a good chance to beat Shakur Stevenson. So people want to see that fight, but he's got to take care of Denis Baranchyk first and get that WBO title. So we'll see how it goes. But nonetheless, it really is no surprise to anybody that Shakur Stevenson is unretired from boxing, because nobody believed that shit in the first place. So, I think it's a great part of his career where, he's had 2 fights at 35, one against Yoshino, another against Edwin De Los Santos. And, the De Los Santos fight, we all know that it was one of the worst fights of all time. It was boring. I hate calling fights boring, because I appreciate the sweet science of boxing, but that was like, he was just too overly cautious, and it was a very, very uneventful fight. So I think Shakur Stevenson has a chip on his shoulder. He has a lot to prove. He has a lot to show the world, and I do think his next fight is going to be against a big, a big name, unless the only way he's not fighting the winner of Lomachenko or Navarrete next is if Top Rank somehow is able to secure a fight with him and like Williams Peda, who's a Golden Boy, who we already know Xanfer Promotions didn't want to make that fight, or Isak Cruz. We know that Isak Cruz has been in witness protection ever since he had his, honorable loss to Gervonta Davis. So unless he's getting those fights, or unless Top Rank wants to do an in-house fight with like Raymond Murataya, who's ranked number 4 in the WBC, but still a little green. Unless one of those 3 fights come to fruition, I think Shakur Stevenson's fighting either the Kambosos Lomachenko winner or the Navarrete Baranchyk winner, and that's just how it's going to be. But that's the news, guys. Shakur Stevenson tells y'all what it is. He's fighting again in June. We'll see how it goes. We're looking forward to seeing who he fights. Looking forward to seeing who it's going to be against. Hopefully, it's a good opponent. I mean, let me know what you guys think. Who do you guys think Shakur Stevenson fights next? Leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure to subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.